Last class we discussed what happens after fertilization. You can see zygote here. The zygote it grow to embryo and this embryo grow to fetus. And how is a baby born? All these we discussed in the last class. Now we will be discussing what happens if fertilization does not take place. So what you see in the figure is female reproductive system. You can see a pair of ovaries, a pair of fallopian tube or oviduct, uterus, cervix and vagina. And here in the uterus you can see the inner lining of uterus is thick with blood vessels. So every time, every month or every 28 days, that is this 28-day cycle is called menstrual cycle. So every 28 days the uterus get prepared to receive the growing embryo. And if fertilization does not take place, this thick lining is not longer needed, because this thick lining is formed of blood vessels. The growing embryo is nourished by this or by the blood vessels, that the nutrients, oxygen that the embryo get from mother's body, and also it is through this thick lining and that the waste materials are removed from embryo to mother's body. So this thick lining is needed, means the uterus get equipped every 28 days to receive a growing embryo. And if fertilization does not take place, what will happen? This thick lining is no longer needed. So this thick lining is shed. All the blood vessels break and it is removed, or it goes out from the female body in the form of a bleeding, because it is here the blood vessels are broken. So it appears, or this thick lining goes out from the female body in the form of a bleeding, and that process is called menstruation. All these changes occurs during menstrual cycle. So this process of removing or breaking the blood vessels, so this bleeding process is called menstruation, and it lasts for 2 to 8 days. After the 8th day, again the process is repeated, that is the inner lining of a uterus starts to become thick with blood vessels. Children, so this sperms can be passed from a male body to female body only through sexual intercourse. We already discussed it. Means it is a close relation between two people. So means in India, according to Indian culture, it happens only between a husband and a wife. So it's a holy relation. So it's as is a close contact between two people, diseases can also spread through sexual intercourse. Now we will discuss about those diseases that are spread through sexual contact. These are called sexually transmitted diseases. To avoid this STDs or sexually transmitted diseases, reproductive health is very important. What is it? Reproductive health. So sexually transmitted diseases, its a short form is STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. So these STDs can be of bacterial or viral origin. So the STDs caused by viruses or viral STDs are AIDS and Warts. We have studied about these two diseases in class 9. Which are they? The viral STDs are AIDS and Warts. What is the full form of AIDS? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. It is a symptom. Now the second one is what we know what AIDS is and which body system is affected, how is AIDS transmitted, all these we have discussed, we know. Now the second disease is called warts എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അരിമ്പാറ. അപ്പോൾ അതേപോലെയുള്ള ഒരു വൈറൽ, നമ്മൾക്ക് അറിയാം അരിമ്പാറ പറയുന്ന വൈറൽ അസുഖമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് പൊട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതിൻ്റെ ഫ്ലൂയിഡ് വരുന്ന അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ബ്ലഡ് വരുന്ന ഭാഗങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ അരിമ്പാറകൾ ഉണ്ടാവും. സോ സെയിം ഹാപ്പൻസ് ഹിയർ ഓൾസോ. സോ ദീസ് ടു ആർ വൈറൽ STDs. Okay, and the next is bacterial STD. Means the STD caused by bacterial infection. Which are they? Gonorrhea and syphilis. They are gonorrhea and syphilis. See the spelling of gonorrhea, GONORRHOEA, same as that of diarrhea, DIARRHOEA, like that, GONORRHOEA, gonorrhea. And the second bacterial disease is called syphilis, SYPHILIS. In both the cases the symptom is inflammation in the genital areas. Now see, how can we prevent bacterial and viral STDs? The only method is having no sexual contact with unknown people. So the best way to prevent STD is by having no sexual contact with unknown people. And another measure is to use condoms or similar coverings in vagina. So second, by using condoms or similar coverings are worn by females or women in vagina. So I told that these condoms, they can prevent STDs, and other than preventing STDs, these condoms are used to control unwanted pregnancies. So the measures followed to control unwanted pregnancies is called contraceptive measures. See, it is called contraceptive measures. So contraceptive measures is of three types, 1, 2 and 3. The first method, as we discussed, is using condoms on penis. So and similar coverings are used by women in vagina. So this measure for contraception or to control unwanted pregnancy is called physical contraceptive or mechanical barriers. In your textbook, mechanical barrier only is given. So mechanical barriers using condoms and coverings in vagina is called using mechanical barriers, or they are grouped under the title physical contraceptives. And so this in this method we can control sperms from reaching egg. So how do they prevent pregnancy? These condoms, physical contraceptives or mechanical barriers, they does not allow the sperms to reach egg. Sperms does not reach egg. Yeah, you will get a question, how do they prevent pregnancy? Okay. Now the second method is, this is physical contraceptive, so this is chemical contraceptive or chemical barrier. And how can we prevent pregnancies chemically? By using oral pills, gulikagal kadichittu, and this is used by women only. So by using oral pills. But what happens during when we use oral pills, our female hormone, it will be stopped, or it's this production will be controlled. So this controlled production will cause side effects in our body. So the harmful effect is it causes side effects in our body, as this continuous usage of oral pills bring hormonal imbalance in the body of females. So chemical barriers, they are chemical barriers or chemical contraceptives means oral pills. They cause hormonal imbalance so that egg is not released, and hormonal imbalance can cause side effects. And the third method is surgical contraception. Surgical contraception means through surgery, and what surgery can be done in the body of males as well as in the body of females. And in when we do the surgery in males, what happens is the vas deferens is blocked. So a block is brought in the vas deferens. We know that vas deferens or a sperm duct, they bring a sperm from testis to penis. So that vas deferens is blocked in the case of males. And the females, the fallopian tube or fallopian tube, it is blocked. Fallopian tube, or what is it called, the oviduct, it is blocked. So the egg cannot reach the fallopian next part of fallopian tube, because fertilization takes place in fallopian tube. In what is given in your text is this ovum, egg will not reach the uterus is given. Actually fertilization takes place in fallopian tube, but you write as is given in the textbook. See, surgical contraception. Males, the vas deferens in males is blocked, sperm transfer is prevented, and in females the fallopian tube is blocked, so that egg will not be able to reach the uterus. So the process of blocking the fallopian tube is called tubectomy. Fallopian tube is called tubectomy, and the process of, you can see, tubectomy, and the process of blocking the vas deferens is called vasectomy. Vas deferens, vasectomy, and fallopian tube blocking is called tubectomy. Now another contraceptive device which is same as that of a mechanical or physical barrier, it is called IUCD. IUCD means intrauterine contraceptive devices, or IUCD device. Intra means inside the uterus. This device is used, this contraceptive device is used inside the uterus. An example is copper T, and this it's a T-shaped device, and this T-shaped device is placed inside the uterus to prevent pregnancy. So it can cause, but this continuous usage of copper T can cause side effects. So that is the ill effects or bad effects of copper T. It can cause side effects on the uterine wall or inside the uterus. Now children, why do we use all these contraceptive measures? And we use this to control population, so that the number of children a parent has can be limited, so that our living standard can be improved. But this contraception is also misused in many parts of India to abort female child, and that process is called female feticide. So sex determination is prevented by rule in India, but still in some areas this is very common. With this we are concluding the lesson, and thank you.